Hey guys, Drew here, back to another video, doing another Growlers review as usual. And in this game, guys, the Growlers take the L. They lose 4-2 against the Trois Rivières Lyon. Pretty rough game from the Growlers, I gotta admit. I'll mention a bit of the other stuff after I mention the goals, of course. So, the goals for the Growlers, Brandon Cruz getting his 5th of the season. Good to see Cruz getting scoring. Him and Kapchuk has been really playing well lately. Good to see Cruz on a 3-game point streak, and hopefully that can continue onto their next road trip, and maybe when they come at home, because I haven't seen much of Cruz scoring. I haven't seen Cruz score at all on a goalie at the Mary Brown Center yet this season. I remember he got one empty netter. I believe Mikko Kuokkanen. It looked like he tipped it in, but they awarded it to Cruz. But it'd be nice to see Cruz get a goal here at NBC. Against goalie, of course. And then Simon Kubicek blasts one. He gets his 3rd of the season. It doesn't feel at all that Kubicek has 3 goals this season. It feels like he had like 6-ish, 7-ish. Same thing from Joyo. But Kubicek's been just drawing penalties like consistently this season. But good to see Kubicek getting one for the Growlers. For him and as well. So good to see Kubicek getting one on the score sheet. So with that Growlers loss, the Growlers are 37-14, 1-0. They're still first in their division, ahead of the Maine Mariners. I feel like last year I said ahead of the Reading Royals, but they're ahead of Maine by a far bit too. I'm not sure who they play next game, but I'm sure I'll mention it next video, I guess. So we'll have to wait and see who they play. The March trade deadline is March 3rd. I'm not sure when the ECHL trade deadline is, so we might see a move or two. We'll have to wait and see what happens with the Growlers if they leave or come this season. I'll mention the goals for Trois Rivières. Connor Welsh getting the first goal for Trois Rivières. What a shot. Top right corner where Mama keeps the cookies. What a goal from Connor Welsh. He's from Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's not far from St. John's at all, but he's playing for a Quebec team, which is pretty closer to Halifax. And then Cedric Lacroix getting one for Trois Rivières as well. That one stung. And then Anthony Beauregard scoring with 59.2 seconds left in the game. That one, I knew after he scored that one, I was like, the Growlers don't have a good chance in this game as they didn't, as Cedric Monami got the empty netter for Trois Rivières. So the big issue I found with this Growlers game, there was a lot of penalties taken. I'll mention 3 guys who took a lot of them. Those 3 people were Chris Martinet, Simon Kubicek took a couple, and Adam Samuelson. All 3 of those guys consistently kept drawing penalties. Most of the game, Trois Rivières was on a power play. Luckily, the 2 goals weren't on shorthanded for the Growlers. There was a few penalties for Trois Rivières as well. It seems like the referee just wanted to call penalties, which he did. And a pretty good game for the Growlers, but regardless of all the penalties taken. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in the next game. Dryden McKay was in net for the Growlers today. Pretty well, I'll say. McKay definitely probably not going to get net next game. Probably going to end up being Kaplan. But we'll have to wait and see what happens, though, as McKay's been playing hot lately, and so has Kaplan. So a question I've always wanted to know is, who's the starter for the Growlers in the playoffs? Kaplan's played pretty well, but so has McKay. Maybe they'll split each game. Last season, Petrozelli was the starter since Cormier was called up to the Manitoba Moose. Rylan Parenteau was a backup. He got a few minutes when Petrozelli was down. But Parenteau played pretty well. Cormier played really well with Manitoba, but wish he could have been down here because Petrozelli struggled a little bit in last year's playoffs. I can't say a word for some reason. But this playoffs, it seems to be pretty soft. If Kaplan struggles, for example, they start Kaplan and he seems to struggle, they could just switch it to McKay and see how he plays and maybe switch it back if McKay struggles. So that's a question. Who do you think the Growlers starter will be in the playoffs if they make it? First of all, it's pretty bad that they lost to Trois Rivières, who's 6th in their division. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Trois Rivières will be here for a weekend. I believe the last weekend of the season here at the Mary Brown Center. I believe their next weekend at home will be against the Reading Royals. That will be an unbelievable matchup to watch. Make sure to get your tickets. The Growlers have had a really good season at home. The crowds have been unbelievable compared to last year. Last year there weren't much, but with this season, they've had a lot of fans going to the games. So that's it for this, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, you can like the video, you can subscribe. If you really liked it, you can follow me on TikTok at Journal Hockey Guy. You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow, same thing for the Instagram account. You can follow me on Twitter. That's at Drew. I'm doing a little bit of stuff over there. A little bit of NHL news, a little bit of Growls news. So you might want to go see that. And then you can follow the Facebook account that is Journal Hockey Guy. There is space to that one. There's space to this one. Is Journal Hockey Guy. We are on the road to 200 subscribers. Hopefully we can hit it soon. That's it for the guys. I'll talk to you all again soon.